Alright, I've got a quick funnel to build, so I figured I would just record the entire process so you can see it step by step. So I'm going to be building out a funnel to get people access to this document that has over 100 live stream replays. Now the goal of this is that when someone clicks on any of these, it takes them to our Facebook group. They have to join the Facebook group in order to join. So goal is really just to get people in the group. As a result of that, we're not going to be asking for an opt-in to get this doc, because they will join the group and our team of VAs and setters will then give them access and start messaging them and nurturing them in the DMs, and they'll get them in the CRM from there. So that's the goal of the funnel. Now, this is going to be a really simple one-page funnel. It's going to be in a similar style to this simple funnel. This is for a giveaway that we're running in order to get responses to a survey. This is doing really well. So it's going to be a very simple one-page funnel like this. So I figured I would take you along for the ride. So of course, we're going to head over first to our funnels, and this is going to be 100 plus replays doc. I think this is going to be called Offer Masterclass, so we'll put that in parentheses. Now, first thing I always do is in another tab, I like to open up one of these funnels that I already have. So we'll go with MCM 2.0. It's not going to let me do it in another tab. So we have to get a few things. First thing I always do is I grab the favicon. So this is kind of annoying. You could just open up, your CRM or 360 or Go HighLevel in another window and do this probably a little bit easier, but it's all right. So we're going to grab our favicon here. We're going to save that. Then we just need to grab our meta tracking and Google tracking, which will be right here. Those are the only two things we need to worry about for this, because we're not having a chat widget or anything like that for the body code. So we'll go ahead and paste that in here. And then we also want to select a domain. So let me go back, select a domain, save that. Okay, cool. So all of our settings here are done. So we'll add our funnel step. This is just going to be the offer page. Get that saved. Now we're going to go into publishing and just set up the step URL. So we will do 100 replay. This doesn't need to be in caps, by the way. 100 replay offer. Update that. Cool. All right, so we've got our page now. So in order to get a blank page, so we'll go and start from blank. Now, if I wasn't doing this for the purpose of filming it, what I would do, and I can actually show you this, if I wasn't doing this for the purpose of filming, I wouldn't start from blank. I would go from an existing page I already have, which I believe this one's called survey, and I would grab this survey funnel right here, right, which we can see right here. And I would just go in, change this picture, change this information, change my headlines, and remove this verbiage here about entering a giveaway. But I want to show you how I get a blank page looking like this in just a few minutes. So we're going to go ahead and create from blank. So how do we get this blank page? Going from this to this in just a few minutes. I'm going to show you right now. Now, the first thing I want to do is get my image. So we can see we have these cool mock-ups. These mock-ups do a lot for conversions. They really just make things look more high-end and more serious. So I do this at media modifier, which I was logged in, but it looks like I accidentally locked out. But here we go. So this is going to be like a doc. So let's search for like document and see what kind of mock-ups we have. All right, I'm looking for something that's kind of angled. So that could be okay if we remove the hand. That could also be okay if we remove the hand. but I'd also kind of like to have two different pages showing, so let's try to go with this one. Now you also could just grab one of those ones that was a single page and then like do two of them, put them in Photoshop or Canva and put them together. So what I need to see first is, all right, I can untoggle the balloons, we can get rid of shadows, and we can get rid of background. So now we just have our images. So I've just taken some screenshots. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste those screenshots right here of the doc. And we'll go ahead and download this. Drag it to my desktop. If it will allow me to. Give me 1 second. All right, it's being a little bit of a pain here. I don't know if it's because I'm in an incognito window, which I'm in because CC360 would not load in my regular Chrome browser, which is a little bit annoying. So what I'm going to do is open up Media Modifier in my top screen here, and I'm just going to build out that image here. I think because I'm recording on my other screen, it's not letting me drag the completed file to my desktop. So let me just remove balloons, remove background, drag this guy here, drag this guy here, go ahead and download this. All right, there we go. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, we're going to go ahead and grab a full width section, and this is going to be a single column row, and we're going to do a sub headline, and then we're going to do a headline, and for my sub headline I'm going to give it a red background, but you can see we don't have this red color that I want right here in the default, so I need to add a custom one. The way I like to do this is I just go into Canva, and then I just find a red color that I like, and I grab the color code for that color. So I am again in my top screen here. I'm just going into Canva. I'm just opening up a random design. I'm going to the color wheel, and I know you can't see this, I apologize, but it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to the most red color I can find, and then I'm just grabbing that color code. So now I can come in here and add this color code, and then we've got it right here. So what we want to do is have this red headline that really stands out. This is going to be our call out to our avatar. So usually for this brand, what we do is videographers. So videographers, content creators, and video agency owners. We want to go ahead and make our bold color white. We're going to make our text, let's try like 35. It's a little big. We'll go 25. And then what we want to do is remove all the extra space here on the sides because it sticks out too much. Actually, first thing I like to do is a box shadow. So we'll do 40% box shadow. Oh, that's on the wrong element. Click the headline, do that 40% box shadow, just to give it that little kind of 3D look there. Then what we want to do to shorten these sides is we want to make sure we're clicked on this element. Come down here to our margins and padding, and you actually want to make this bigger. So let's try 125 on that side, and then let's try 125 on the other side. Still going to make it a little bit smaller, so we'll come in here and we'll do, let's try 140. I think that'll look a little bit better. 140 there, 140 here. Now obviously you could come in, you could add a border if you wanted to. You could come in, you could round the edges if you wanted to. We're not going to do that today. Next thing I'm going to do is give a little bit of space between these two. Now I'd sent an email out about this to our list, and I'm going to be pulling a lot of the info from there. But we're going to say something like get instant access to over 100 live workshop replays. And we're going to make this bigger. 55 is usually a pretty good size. And this should be live workshop replays. Going to go ahead and do this over 100, underline it, make the underline color that red to over 100 live workshop replays. Let's spice this up a little bit, get instant access to over 100 value packed live workshop replays. Work on our spacing. Cool. Then what I'm going to do is just add in a little bit of urgency. So we're going to do a subheadline. We're going to say limited. Actually, you know what we'll do? Instead, we will do a button, a bullet list, so I can get a little icon. Then what we'll do here, well, I'm debating here. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to do that. And this is the thing with live funnel builds. You're going to go back and forth, be like, should I do this? Should I do that? You're going to think one idea is better than the other and then realize you had it right the first time. So what I'm actually going to do here is go ahead and grab an emoji. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, let's see. So I'm going to do is go ahead and grab this emoji of the hourglass. We're going to do limited time offer. Put it in italics. We're going to make this smaller. 18 is usually a good size for something like this. Limited time offer. Expires. We're not going to put an expiration date. We're just going to say it's a limited time offer, which it is. We're not going to be offering this forever, but our setters are going to be using this in some of their DM convos. So we'll put that as a limited time offer, get a little bit of urgency. So our next thing is this section right here. So we're going to go ahead and grab a 2-column row. And on this side, we will put an image. So media gallery. Come on. Load up. Let's go. Okay, here we go. We'll do this on, we're going to create a new folder. I create a new folder for each funnel. So 100 plus replays, offer masterclass. Keeping everything really organized makes it so much easier. Because then if I have to come in and find this funnel for any reason, I can just do a Control F and search for the name of it. So we'll let this load up. Being a little bit slow today, but that's all right. Upload file. We're going to look for media modifier here. Grab that. And then on this side, in order to get it looking like this, right, where it really stands out a lot more, we're going to go ahead and do a box shadow here of 40%, right? So now we can see we have that kind of 3D effect again. Then we're going to go ahead and do a subheadline. Once again, we're going to give it that red background. We're going to give it the bold white text. And I'm going to take some of the information from right here. So we'll say over 100 workshop replays. Keep spelling that wrong. That can transform your video business. And then I believe here, yep, we also had a little shadow on this one. So doing things with these like box shadows really goes a long way in making things stand out and finding the right balance. So we'll do we'll do more than that. Try 30. I think 30 looks pretty good, or we could just go straight 40 again, but it's fine. Now we're going to do another subheadline right under here and say we'll cover topics like, we'll do that italicized, give it a little bit more space. Make it a little bit smaller. Now what we're going to be doing is a bullet list. And I'm just going to come into my email here and copy the bullets. Space them out a little bit, at least for now. I like to at least initially space them out. And now we just need to come in here, change our icon color to red. And for our icon, we're going to do check. I like these rounded checks. Now we can also adjust the sizing here, just FYI. You can click and just drag this around. We're going to stay with that like 50-50. And I think all that we really need to do from here otherwise is just have the strong call to action. So here we had sort of this other section here because we wanted to give a little bit more info about entering the giveaway. But what I'll do here is actually something similar. So we're going to do another one column row. And we'll do how to get access now. Or how to get access right now. We'll do our 55 again. Then we're going to come in and just using this again for help me remember. I'm also going to grab this emoji, how to get access right now. And we'll go ahead and do another one column row right below here. Oh, also I forgot this. I want to change the background. See how this is kind of this background that stands out a little bit more because it has some dimension and shape to it. We're going to go ahead and just click on background media. And let me see if I can remember where I had this. Yep, here's one right here. Cool. So again, that was background media, and then you just upload a file. I just go in Canva, I search for a website background, and then I just find the nice design that I like. I like this one because it's really subtle, but really does make it pop more as opposed to the white. So how to get access right now. And then it's going to make this section pop more because what I'm going to do is set the background color on this section to white. And we're going to go ahead and round this guy a little bit. So we'll do like a 10 around the edge, no border. In order to make it pop, we're going to go back with our drop shadow. How to get access right now. So we're going to do, let's see. We'll do a subheadline. Access over 100 value packed and business changing replays right now. And then we'll do another subheadline below here, but we're going to make this text 20, and I'm going to make this text 15. Actually, we'll do this text 18. Give it a little bit more room. Just click the red button below. Join our private community. And start watching. So for red button, I'm going to make it bold. And for our bold color, we'll do red. Then let's go grab a nice big button that they can't miss. Give this some space. This is going to be a website URL. I did accidentally go ahead and lose that URL for the giveaway, but that's all right. I can find it again. But this would be a website URL. We want to open a new tab. So what I'm going to do right here is access the replay list here. Access the replays here. We're going to go ahead and first change our button to red. Come in here to advanced, go to glow, go to border, remove the border color, border radius 15. What I do, however, like to do actually is I like to get a nice yellow that stands out for my subtext. So I'm going to come back into Canva. I'm going to go into the color wheel and find kind of a nice yellow here. So let me just grab this. Actually, I want more of a gold yellow. So come back into the color wheel. Look for something a little bit more on the gold side. Let's see. I'm not really finding what I'm looking for, but whatever. We'll just go with the bright yellow. Alright, so what I like to do is I come in here. My subtext color is what I kind of want for this yellow. That might be a little bit too bright. I have a feeling it's going to be, but we'll see. Now, what I also do is I do an icon. Make sure it's the icon after. And this really does increase conversions, believe it or not. This is like... this has definitely been proven to increase conversions, is an arrow pointing kind of like to the next step. Font weight, I like to do bold. Subtext font, we'll do semi-bold. Access the replays here. Let's check out our font size. We want to make this button like really pop. So 35, and then we'll do 20 for sub replays. Or for subtext rather, and then subtext we'll do 100 plus value packed workshop replays. Alright, that yellow actually worked out pretty good. Let's also look at what happens if we do like the border around the button with that yellow. Alright, so that pops even more. Cool. Alright, I think the only other thing I'm going to do is add one more call to action button, just right here in the first fold. So we're just going to do the same thing. I really wish you could save buttons. Maybe you can, I just don't know. I have not found a way and I've looked, but if I could just save this button and then just like use it as a template right here, that'd be really nice time saver, because I got to go through all this again, which is not a huge deal, but it's not ideal. So we'll do our red. We'll do, what if we did rocking? Yeah, we'll go with glow. I think rocking's a little bit too much. Border. Grab our yellow. Our border radius, again, is 15. Subtext color is yellow. Icon after. Arrow pointing right. Semi-bold. Bold. Website URL. Get instant access. Start watching today. Awesome. All right, well, I think what we can do is just space these out a little bit more. Maybe make this font a little bit bigger to match up a little bit better with that. But overall, this looks pretty good. Very simple funnel. Last thing we would need to do is just come in here and change it on mobile. So you'll see on mobile, this looks really whack because we changed the margins on the sides. So on your mobile version, you're just going to come in, and the changes you're going to make here on mobile, you'll see right here, everything has the mobile icon, right? You can switch back to desktop, but it defaults to mobile in the mobile editor. So you're just going to come in here, select the element, and on mobile, you're just going to make it have zeros. But if I go back to desktop, you can see it still has that 140, but on mobile it has the 0. So we're going to come in here. Usually I like to do fonts around 20 for something like this. Over here we'll test out a bunch of different ones, so we'll look at what 25 looks like, see what 30 looks like, see what 35 looks like. Check out 28. All right, that's probably going to be good. We're going to go 15 for this guy. I'm going to move our margin up a little bit here. Get that closer together. And again, all these changes I'm making right now, these are just on mobile because it's the mobile editor that I'm in, the mobile icon that's selected. So let's try 18 for this guy. Go 18 for these. 25. Let's try 30. 18, 15, let's try 20, and 15. Cool. All right, so we'll go ahead and publish that. All I need to do is just grab that URL again, come back in and link that up, but we'll go ahead and preview this guy. So quick and easy. We took that blank page, we made it look like this. I think this will do pretty well. Considering there's no opt-in, this is just this is about as simple as you can get with a funnel. But if you have any questions, post them down below. If you want to get my free funnel bootcamp, you can look at that down below in the description as well, totally free. Also have the ability for you to request a done-for-you funnel build with a separate link. My email is down there as well if you want to chat. I'll see you next time. Peace.